Good morning. This is the um, Master Pattern Report for Monday, October 7th. I'm sorry, yes, October 20th. Actually, as I am speaking to you, I am on my way to the Dark Continent on a expedition. Some of you might be interested. We're in search of the mystery of the 13 skulls, crystal skulls. You've heard about that. Well, they're real, and we think we know where we can find out some further information because they happen to tie in directly with natural intelligence. But we'll discuss that when we get back. Let's talk about some predictions for the week, or let's see how we did this week. So far, we are 51 out of 52 on our record. So now we are 2 out of 3 on market direction for the week. We had a rough week last week, but we're just about even at this point in time. Maybe a little bit ahead. We haven't done the calculations yet. Even though we were right on 4 out of 5 days, you figure that one out. You see, the market is a living organism. It has its own mind. Yes, it's influenced just like the rest of us are, but it is a living organism and it responds accordingly. Matter of fact, I'd like to give you before I give you the predictions for next week, I'd like to give you a little hint about using natural intelligence in the marketplace. One of the things that I suggest and that I do is keep a little diary of the marketplace. When I'm focusing on something, whether it's the oil or gold or S&Ps, I try to think, how would I be conducting myself? How would I be acting if I were the oil stock or the gold stock or the S&P stock? And after a while, several things occur. Number one, you begin to understand more about focusing and concepts than what you ever had before. You begin to understand more about yourself and what your tendencies are. Okay, but also you get insight into the marketplace, how the marketplace may actually have a brain of its own. So that's a little hint, a little suggestion as to how we work, and those of you who might have an interest, try it for a couple of weeks. Let us know how you make out. Let us know if you're having any issues, because you might find it very interesting. And so far as the predictions for next week is going to be a very, very, very busy week. We're calling for strong markets the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We think that November is also going to be very reflective of this marketplace. We do think we're in an uptrend here, even though this market has been taking its hits. We think we're kind of basing out here, and we'll soon see some sort of a bounce. The other issue I wanted to discuss today was oil. We came up last week. We talked about possibly shorting oil again. If it gets around 85, 86, we put a short order in at 85.25. We missed it by 25 cents, and voila, it's down to around $73 somewhere. This is sort of a resistance line, this $73. If it breaks here, it's down to 65. If it breaks 65, it's to 57. So keep that in mind. There's a very real possibility that it may get down to $57, and I think it may well do so within the next 2 weeks. Certainly 63 looks like it's in line. But then again, markets being what they are, it may hold here. I don't think so. The master pattern is saying no, that there's very real possibility of it hitting the 65 mark and then probably down to 57. So we'll see how that plays out, but we're there. It's still breaking down some, and we don't think there'll be a change in that. The earliest will be around the second week in November, the earliest, and we'll keep an eye on that. One other thing I wanted to bring up at this point in time is a recommendation, suggestion again to you to get those elected officials from the local councilman right up to the President of the United States. Put their emails in your favorite list, and every once in a while just punch the button and send them a message, even if it's nothing more than to say you're a bunch of pinheads. Get your act together, regardless of what your party affiliation is. Keep them off balance and keep them on the job. That's the only way we're going to get ahead. And responsibility is one of the keys behind natural intelligence and behind success. I'll be reporting once again next Monday. These are pre-recorded, these two sessions, the 20th and the 27th, and hopefully I'll see you, with all being well, and maybe some interesting, exciting news about our investigations in the Dark Continent, and we'll let you know how that goes. Have a great week.